That was a tangent. Well, it is what it is, you know what I mean? Hey guys, welcome back. So got Friday favorites and Fooeys for you today, and overall was enjoying like neutral sort of favorites this week. Definitely loving a bronzy sort of an eye look. This is really one of my favorite sort of makeup looks to do. Just one of my go-tos, just staple favorites that I know I'm always going to enjoy. This kind of a bronzy sort of an eye look and neutral other things going on the face. So I just love this sort of makeup look. So I was really loving it this week. And I have some new goodies that I was using to create this. Well, mostly new things, and then one thing that I've had for a while. Anywho, there's some new stuff we have to chat about. And then I also have some other neutrally sort of favorites and one bright lip favorite. So yeah, let's get to it. So I broke out my ColourPop Yes Please palette actually for a Halloween look. So Timothy and I were Daredevil and Elektra to like family get-togethers, but actually on Halloween I dressed up to go to work. We did like a costume contest kind of a thing, which was really fun. So I dressed up as a yellowy sort of a scarecrow. So I used this for my makeup and on like my face makeup that day. And it just totally reminded me about this palette, and I've been really enjoying it since then. This is such a pretty neutral sort of a palette. I mean, this yellow right here makes me so happy. So that was the main color I used as a scarecrow, but it is also just one of my favorites in the whole palette. I think it's such a pretty yellow, but I wore this several times this week. This color right here. I do have a little bit of this like on my under eyes and a little bit in my crease in addition to something else I'm about to share with you. So this is just a really pretty palette. I wore this as a liner this week. I mean, I talked about the ColourPop palettes last week, but also quite a bit recently. I just love them. I think they are so nice. The shadows are a slightly soft formula. I mean, so they do kind of get a little bit messy in the pan, and I would tap off your brush, but they are really, really pretty on the eyes. This swatch don't look that impressive, but I did use this on my eyes this week and I had no problems with it. So don't base it on that not so cute swatch. But isn't that yellow so fun? So yeah, I love this palette. I know that it's kind of one of the fan favorites from ColourPop, but I do feel like it was a fan favorite kind of from the beginning. It was one of their first palettes. So if you're like me and you kind of forgot about it, you might want to break it back out because it's a cute little palette. I also wore this as part of my scarecrow look, and again, it reminded me to wear it and enjoy it. This is the NYX Glitter Goals liquid eyeshadow, and this is in this shade Industrial Beam. This is so pretty, such a pretty sparkly gold. This would have looked really pretty with my eye look today as well. It's like a, sort of like a Stila Glitter and Glow dupe. I mean, it looks really similar to those. Maybe, I mean, depending on which Stila one you get, but this might seem to, I have several of the Stila and I feel like they are super strong in glitter and have less of a metallic-y base. Most of mine are like that. So this one is a little bit more of a metallic-y base with the glitter in it. So I feel like this is a little bit more metallic-y than glittery, which my Stila ones that I have are a little bit more glittery. That was a tangent, but it's a very pretty metallic-y and glittery sort of a shadow. But this is so pretty. It's golden, it's gorgeous, it's easy to use, so I love it. So yeah, it's always fun to kind of bust out things for, you know, a Halloween look or whatever, but just to be reminded to play with makeup you've had for a while. I haven't had this super long, but I haven't played with it a ton since I got it. So it was fun to kind of break this back out and play with it some more. The other palette that I was really loving this week that I mostly have on my eyes today is the ColourPop Brown Sugar palette. So this is a new one from them. And you know, when I first saw pictures of this palette coming out, I was like, oh man, I don't need another neutral palette. I really kind of went back and forth on it, but I kind of collect the ColourPop palettes. So I went ahead and ordered it and I really, really love it. I mean, it's a neutral palette, so you probably already have colors like this in your collection, as do I, but I love their palettes. I love these little palettes. I love this whole collection of colors together. And just every time I wore it on my eyes this week, I just really, really enjoyed it. It is so pretty. I love the whole theme to it. Like the outside box is super duper cute. Oh, I totally match it. I didn't even do that on purpose. A lot of times I do matchy-matchy on purpose, but I did not do this on purpose. That was a little happy accident. That is super cute. So I love the outside box to it. The actual palette itself is one of the plastic palettes, so it does have kind of a sort of a pattern in it, but it's not as like defined as it is on the box. So it's obviously a neutral palette. One negative I will say about this is I feel like my shadows in mine are a little bit more loose. I mean, obviously it has a magnet behind it, so it can be removed, but I haven't noticed this in my Ooh La La palette. But this one, I don't know if the magnets are off a little bit, but a couple of the shadows are just kind of puffed up, like popped up a little bit where I could really easily remove them, so it makes me a little bit nervous. But I mean, that's not like a huge deal. That's just a little something that I noticed. So some of my favorites in this palette, I really love Jamocha. That one is beautiful for the crease. I am in love with Auburn and Ginger. I have both of those on my eyes today. I wore Chalk. Is that what that says? Yeah, Chalk as a liner. I have that in my outer corner today as well. Oh, these are so pretty. They're just bronzy and chocolatey and stunning on the eyes. I mean, that bronze color, that's one of my favorite shadows to wear. Like I was saying, this is one of my go-to eye looks. That kind of a chocolatey, bronzy color is one of just my absolute favorite shadows to wear. Like if I'm trying to get out the door quick, I will pop a color like this in my crease, a little bit of my like bronzer or whatever. If I don't have a crease color by me nearby, like if I have a single or something of a color like this, I'll just grab my bronzer. Anyway, I just love those sort of colors. They're like some of my go-tos. But look how pretty those are, pigmented. It's a stunning palette. It really is. Like I said, I mean, it's really not a must-have because you probably have a lot of those colors in your collection. But if you are an eyeshadow palette junkie like I am and you just love to collect them, it is a really pretty palette. Very nice quality. They wear well. They look beautiful throughout the day. They're easy to work with. It's just an awesome palette and I love it. For blush this week, I kept it super neutral and grabbed for this one multiple times. So this is what I have on my cheeks today. And actually my highlight is the lightest shade that I just showed you from the ColourPop palette. So totally just used an eyeshadow as my highlight today and it worked great. It's really, really pretty on the cheeks as well. Okay, so blush. This is the Merle Norman Lasting Cheek Color in Wild Ginger. Wild Ginger, really pretty packaging. It's very kind of sleek and nice and weighty feeling. So this is what it looks like. It's one of those really pretty warm blush bronzer sort of colors. I love these sort of shades. My favorite ones are the ones that are a little bit more on the rosy side. This one's a little bit warmer. I wouldn't say that this is super rosy, but it is that kind of neutral, blushy, bronzery sort of a color. So it's very easy. It's one of those that you can just get out the door quick because you can use it kind of just a one and done sort of a cheek product. There it is. Very pretty. It's matte, so you have, options there. You can add a highlight or you can keep it matte, whatever you want to do. It's just really, really pretty. I was looking to double check myself. I wouldn't say this is satin. I would say that this is overall matte, but really nice texture to it. It applies easily. It blends easily. It wears well throughout the day. So I really, really like Merle Norman blushes. I think they need a lot more hype because they're great. I actually think a lot of Merle Norman stuff needs a lot more hype because they make great makeup and they're kind of overlooked. So this is an awesome blush. You should totally check it out. For lips this week, again, this was something that I was reminded about through my Halloween costume and I've been wearing it several times since then. This is one of the Too Faced Peach Kiss lipsticks, I think they're called. And this is in Where My Peaches At. Where My Peaches At. And this is a really pretty bright lipstick. It is overall an orange, but it has quite a bit of red in it, so it's a reddish orange. But I mean, it is bright and it's a statement lip, but it is so, so pretty. I love the formula of these lipsticks. They smell yummy. They smell very, they're peachy, but they're really, really creamy too. So oh my gosh, they smell so good. I don't find them off-putting at all. I mean, they do have a strong scent, but it's a really good scent. I just love it. It's, like I said, it's very creamy, and then it has that peachy sort of a scent to it also. So love the scent of it. A very comfortable matte lipstick, so it's easy to wear, doesn't move everywhere, so it's kind of a low maintenance sort of a lip product. and I just love that bright color. I think it's such a fun orange. So yeah, I mean, it's like I said already, I mean, it's just fun to be reminded of things and break them back out. And last favorite for the week is another thing from the ColourPop Brown Sugar collection. So this is the Brown Sugar Luxe Lipstick in Butter. Again, I love the packaging on this. It is so super cute. I think this whole collection is just adorable. The packaging is super cute, and just everything in the whole collection looked really, really pretty. So this is Butter, like I said, so this is the lip color that I'm wearing today. It's a really pretty light, peachy sort of a nude, but it does have a little bit of a pink tint to it also. Isn't that so pretty? Oh my goodness. It's a gorgeous nude. But you can see it kind of is a little bit peachy, but it has a little bit of pink to it as well. So this is a cream finish, so it feels nice and creamy on the lips, but I do think it sets down a little bit to be kind of satin finish. It really doesn't ever get to matte or anything like that, but it does seem to set down a little bit, which I like about it because that helps the wear time on it. So pretty. It is one of those light colored lipsticks, so it does do kind of the inner part being like that weird white line. I don't like that. It's weird looking, but I feel like a lot of light colored lipsticks do that, so this does do that as well. So what I do is I just try to remember to check and make sure that's not happening, but sometimes I forget, and then I just go with it. When I notice it later, I'm like, well, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Whatever, it's just makeup. But I find that with a lot of light colored lipsticks, it just kind of does that sometimes. So this does do that, so that's just a little FYI. But I'm not mad about it because I think it's really pretty. Love the packaging, love how comfortable it is on the lips, and it's just a really pretty nude color. All right, guys, so those are all my favorites for this week. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please do a thumbs up if you did. Let me know down below what you were loving this week, or maybe not so much loving. Let me know your weekend plans or any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.